Happy Thursday. I meant it when I said it last week that I was going to try to be better about these videos. And I thought this week I would, since it's been so intermittent that I've posted them, I think this is my third take on a reintroduction to myself as a writer. And I also thought it'd be funny to share a story. And I think maybe some other authors can relate to this, or anybody creative. So I recently did a presentation at work where I was asked to just kind of talk about myself and my team. It was a day in the life, and I knew there was going to be, over 60 people watching it, combination of in-person, remote, and I thought I knew what I was going to say. So I basically, long story short, I put together a bunch of slides. I figured on a general time it would take me, and not once did I even practice. I just put the slides together and I talked. I did it so well timed that I left 15 minutes for questions, and everything went really well. I got really good feedback. Now, I'm not bragging, but I think the story I wanted to tell there was that professionally, I can just go in there cold and just talk confidently and really without effort. But you get me talking about my books. For example, I was at some ice-breaking thing where I revealed that, I've been writing, and somebody asked what my books are about, and you'd think they asked me to explain rocket science or something. It's the minute somebody asks me what my books are about, I have the worst elevator speech, and it's something I got to work on, and I know I'm not alone on that. It's just funny. It's just humility or something. I don't like to talk about my stuff, even though that's kind of the point, and you got to put yourself out there to sell books and stuff. So that's a work in progress I'm going to keep working on. But I thought, for those of you that maybe don't know that much about me, first of all, if you don't and you're still watching this, awesome, thank you. But yeah, I have 3 books in a science fiction series called the Gamma Trita Series. The first one is Gemini Girl. The second one is The Divided Man. And the third one is The Gorgon Void. And there's a new series in this setting that's going to be a 2-book series that's starting with the Charon Conspiracy, which I'm hoping to get done yet this year, but it's very close. But as you watch my last video on why I'm not setting time limits for myself. Anyway, the Gamma Trita universe is set in the distant future, unspecified time. It's sort of a dystopian future in that corporations have kind of run amok and running the solar system. There's governments too, but they're just as corrupt as the businesses. And it's just a tough place. There's some places doing well, there's some places not doing well at all. I tried to go with a sort of cyberpunk theme on it because I think that's such a cool setting. And the story basically starts in the Gemini Girl with the main character, Lorelei Ogden, having what she thinks is a pretty boring life. She has a small ship that she captains. She's been doing it for years, just ferrying goods around the solar system, and not a whole lot happening. But then she starts getting these weird headaches and these dreams that almost seem like flashbacks, just weird stuff. And around that same time, people start coming after her. And she doesn't really know why, and she also doesn't know what's triggered inside of her, but she gets this crazy self-defense mechanism where she goes on the run and has these skills and talents and powers that she didn't even realize she had, and quickly figures out there's more to her past and more to her than she realizes. And the whole series is her just trying to survive amongst these people that are after her, and she learns she can trust very few people, but there's a few she can. And it's just sort of a super fast-paced one adventure after the other as she tries to survive and figure things out. That's my current elevator pitch. I'm gonna rate that one about a C+, B-, but I'm gonna keep working on it because I really need to come up with something that can just really kind of grab somebody. I don't know that I'm ever gonna sell books at events, but if I do, I sure as heck better have one. So I'm wondering, those of you watching this that make, art, you make books, you make photography, whatever, if you struggle with talking about your creativity and the things that you create, it's really tough. I think it's, I mean, again, maybe it's a humility thing, I hope, versus just being unable to do it. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. It's a little longer than I had planned, but that's okay, because we're just making this up as we go. And I will see you next week with some sort of interesting topic about my journey into writing. Thank you.